Do you have trouble getting to sleep, staying asleep, and waking up feeling refreshed? Did you know that 3 years of that could shorten your life by up to 10 years? Isn't it about time you change that? Well, I want to help you understand that there's a process to sleep and it's run by your brain, and you can support that or you can experience the consequences. And then I'm going to give you a tool that has absolutely transformed so many of my clients' sleep, along with why some people have trouble with this excellent tool because of trauma and abuse. So stay tuned because the solutions are life changing. As a naturopath and as a wisdom coach, I can't tell you how many people I know who just sleep poorly. They can't get to sleep. They wake up at 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. They don't have energy. It's a common problem. I want you to know some of the statistics that go with poor sleep. It's a big deal. 7 in 10 people in America don't sleep well. 35% of adults get less than 6 hours of sleep. Now, most people need 7, 8, 9 hours, certainly more than 6. The lower your sleep quality, it increases your risk of a heart attack to up to 50%. That's pretty significant. 33% higher risk of a stroke. A 70% jump in obesity and diabetes. Maybe that extra weight you're carrying, that difficulty breathing, goes all the way back to your sleep. And yet most of us go, oh, we have this problem, let's slap it with a drug or a supplement or whatever, and people don't get to the root. Truly, in this season of life, with all the changes going on in our world, sleep is gold. Sleep is gold. Being able to go to sleep, stay asleep, and get up refreshed, that's the gold of your overall health. So what have I found? Well, of course, magnesium's good. And there's different sleep aids that are good. And it's good to turn off technology before you go to bed. And if you're going to watch technology, wear some blue blockers and sleep in a cold room and sleep in a dark room. And you've probably heard all of that. You've done at least some of it to no avail. Well, the tool that I want to share with you goes way beyond that. And it can work anytime, anywhere, even if you didn't do all those things I just listed. So what's the tool? It's Super Patch REM to get you into REM sleep. The ability to go to sleep faster, stay asleep, wake up without that grogginess that can happen with some sleep aids. It's truly amazing. It's a little patch that when you peel off the backing, it's got little ridges that when you put the patch on your skin, I usually put it somewhere over here because I put it on at night and I take it off in the morning. And these ridges, when attached to the skin, sends a signal, a frequency up your nervous system to the brain that regulates sleep. That's pretty incredible. So what's in it? Nothing. It's a signal. There's no ingredients, so you can have no contraindications with any medications or anything else you're doing. There's no chemicals. It's 100% safe. It's safe for pregnant women. It even says that on the Super Patch website. That's a big deal because most supplements, you'll find that they'll say, don't give it to a pregnant woman because it's a legal issue. There might be an impact on the baby. Well, in this case, there's none of that. And when mom can sleep, that's going to make for a healthier baby all the way around. So it works in hospitals. It works for people. It's an amazing thing to use. It's so easy. I put it on about an hour before I want to go to sleep, and then it just hits, and it's like, okay, it's time to go to bed because I'm sleepy. And then when I get up in the morning, I take it off because I don't want to be sleepy all during the day. I had one client who used it and said, Cheryl, I'm sleeping well, but man, I'm just sleepy all day long. And I said, well, are you taking it off in the morning? And she went, no. And I said, well, it's still working, so why don't you take it off? Now, what some people do, I don't do this, but I have many people that do, because they're only wearing it for like maybe 8 to 12 hours, they save the backing and they'll wear it for a couple of days because they're only wearing it for 8, 10-hour shifts. Now, here's what I want to share, because does it work? Absolutely. When you've done double-blind placebo testing on brain pathways that are dysfunctional with sleep, and you put the REM patch on, go back and retest, it's going to show that it put that brain pathway into homeostasis or balance. That's true. However, if the outcome of sleep is not perceived as safe in the brain, you can have a reaction because your brain's trying to keep you safe. When might that happen? So far, every person I have talked to who had either no response to REM or a negative response where they had like bad dreams and just didn't sleep well at all, every one of them I've asked one question. Have you ever had trauma or abuse at night? And most of them start crying and say yes. So I'm going to give you two possibilities that could turn this around, because unfortunately, trauma of all kinds, any type of, hearing that your husband passed away at night, or you've gone through physical abuse, or you've gone through trauma or abuse when you were horizontal. All of that gets triggered in the brain when you go to bed horizontal at night to sleep. So the first thing to do that's the easiest is to add the peace patch. I don't have it over here with me, I don't think, very easily. Yes, I do. So you could add the peace patch and wear it 24 hours a day along with the REM at night. And probably half the people that I've talked to, most of whom are women, that took care of it. But others who have had a lot of trauma, it didn't touch it. So I worked with a trauma specialist and we started playing around with what people could do. And here's what she found, not only for herself, but for many of her clients who have been through tremendous trauma I can't even comprehend. So what she had them do is to wear the peace patch during the day so that the brain stem, who tracks safety, not your logic, could realize it's not a problem. And so what she found for herself and these clients is that wearing the peace patch, the REM patch during the day, take it off at night, over a period of time, because it didn't make them sleepy, they actually had no negative response at all. But somewhere in there, it might be a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks of wearing it during the day, take it off at night. Wear it during the day, take it off at night. She said what happens is they start to get sleepy. At that point, they start wearing it at night. And she said all of her clients that she's worked with as a trauma specialist, along with herself, then started sleeping through the night. The first time she told me her story, she said, Cheryl, after I did that for me, and I started putting it on wherever she put it, I think she puts hers on the top of her foot. She said, I slept through the night. I slept straight through 7 hours, which I've never done since I was 3 years old, the first time I was abused and traumatized. Do you realize how significant that is? That we can change someone's life and brain pathways that have been handling and trying to protect you from trauma and abuse for years. We're not fixing the trauma and abuse. What we're doing is we're putting a brain pathway that regulates sleep, letting it become safe so you can experience all the benefits of a deep, restful night of sleep. You may have to listen to this video a couple of times because this is so nugget rich. It's powerful. It's life-changing. I say this to clients all the time. Quality sleep is gold in this season for every aspect of your health, your weight, your beauty, your mind, your brain function. It's powerful. And I've not found a better tool than REM. Whether you do it at night and it works immediately, or you do it with peace so that you can calm the nervous system in sleep, or you do it during the day and slowly transition into doing it at night. So it's about time for you to look at your bed and go, yep, I can go to sleep tonight and wake up refreshed. Get back to the person who suggested you listen to this video, or check out below in the description for more information, because a good night's rest, it's essential. It's important, and it's time for you to have one.